Hello there guys, welcome back. SimUK here. This is Tourist Bus Simulator, but we're really kind of focusing on the Man Lions Intercity DLC. Ideally, we've already taken out the R60, the shorter of the three. Hopefully we're going to progress through the tutorial a little bit further and it will let me buy a second bus, which I'll try and get an R61, but ideally we want to go for the R62 so you can see what the longer wheelbase is like on these tight little Fuerteventura roads. So we'll skip to the next appointment, and I'm pretty sure, yes, we're going to have to drive this one. So it's going to be a bit of a drive first, and we'll probably buy the bus later on. So let's jump in. If you haven't seen my first video, I'll take a quick spin around the bus here. You can see this is very different to the coaches that we've seen previously. This is very much a short hop type bus, something which is going to suit the bus very well when the bus releases in 2020, hopefully the early end of 2020. But yeah, I mean, the modelling is top notch, as you would expect, as it always is with Fernbus related DLCs. And incidentally, if you do buy this DLC, why can't I shut that door? Because I'm in the door. If you do buy this DLC, we'll take a little quick run up the bus here. This is the R60, by the way. And if you do buy this DLC, you will get it for both Fernbus and for the Tourist Bus Simulator. Goodness me. So many names, I'm trying to keep track of them all. Right, let's get my head tracking centralized. Let's get the bus on. Handbrake off, in gear, and away we go. Now, it's not as important to have the... Oh, it's the wrong button anyway. Not as important to have the bus thing up in Fernbus that I don't think they get on the bus unless you've got that activated. But, yeah, I don't think it's so important here. Doesn't seem to be. At least. Right. Get back into bus driving mode. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Incidentally, this video should be released the day after the DLC releases. I'm recording it in advance. I'm just trying to remember when it's going to go up. I think it is. The DLC has either just released, so you can go and get this DLC now if you wish, or it's going to release tomorrow. I cannot remember which side we're going to be on. Let's just turn the lights on. I can see the dash a bit better. Where are we going? Yeah, right here today. Now, although this coach is really superbly suited to these tight little roads, the nose on it is quite long. So in some circumstances it can be a bit tricky to navigate with, but mostly it's fine. I do wish the AI wouldn't wait for me as much as they do. I just wish they'd get out the way a bit more. I wish they had some sort of algorithm that allowed them to figure out who had right of way, and if it's them, then they get out of the bloody way. Because at the moment, if there's any sort of... Bloody hell, that was airborne then. Did you see that? If there's any kind of question about whose right of way it is, it always goes in our favour. So they're always waiting for us patiently, which is actually a bit of a pain in the arse, truth be told. I can't see which way we're going. What we need is voice. Okay, I can see now. What we need is voice activated GPS navigation. Hardware store at Odin has been discovered. That thing over there, I think. Windscreen wipers on, see if I can't clean the windscreen a bit. Doesn't look like I can. I think I'm just going to have to take it through a car wash and get it cleaned. It's a shame you don't have any squirty water for the windows. Just to tidy them up a bit, that would be a really nice feature. Incidentally, and maybe we're not going to see it very much in Fuerteventura, but the new weather system in Fernbus is sublime. The way that water runs down the windscreen, it just looks so good. Tight little corner would be fine, but for the very long nose we have to come all the way out across the road before we can turn around. If only the wheelbase, the axle at the front was further forwards, I think this would be the absolute perfect bus. Incidentally, there was a bus released for Fernbus that was really small, that was absolutely spot on. I'm pretty sure it was Fernbus. There's so many bus sims these days, I do get a bit muddled up between them. It may have been Bus Sim. But that's what we need, is we need a very small bus, about this size. This is a good length, but with both the axles at the rear and at the front, so you've got a really tight and neat sort of turning circle without the big bulbous nose. If you don't know what I'm talking about regarding the nose, I'll try and show you here if I can. So if I spin the camera around, you can see that the front wheels are quite far from the end. So in order to turn tightly, I need to go all the way out before I can turn in, and that makes the nose really, see how long it is? I mean, it's not epically long, but you can see how just that small, if the axle was just a little bit further forward, that would be tremendously easier to drive. You see what I mean? See how it kind of overlaps everything a bit? Not horrendous, but a minor irritation. Alright, let's try my quick door release system and see how it works. Now, I haven't figured out how to get this to lean yet. Let's put the handbrake on, that might help. Now, only one of those doors have opened. And that's weird. Because when I close it, the second door will open. You see there's two doors on this right hand side. Sorry, I say two doors. What I mean is two luggage compartment doors. So when I press this button again, the rear doors, the front door, and the luggage compartment that's open will all close, and then the other one will open. You see how it opened up in the door? Now it shouldn't do that, and I'm not entirely sure why it is doing that. I can only assume it's a bug, because clearly I have that button bound to that, so everything else is working perfectly. The only thing I can think is maybe I've got it bound twice. You see how the back door didn't close then? Didn't open then. But now it's all out of kilter, and if I just keep pressing it, somehow, and again, it makes me think that there is a bug. Somehow it all gets back into shape if I press it like that. So now everything should be closed, I think. Yeah. So I think there's a bug there. That's the only way I can explain how sometimes the doors open and sometimes they don't. But I haven't looked into it enough to be 1,000,000% sure. So we're in gear, we're indicating, we're pulling out, and off we go. Go to stop number 2. There we go. Nice easy turn. Terrible driving by me there. Hardly in my lane. Yeah, voice-guided GPS. That would be really nice in this game. I was epically impressed that they brought it in ETS2 eventually. For free. No DLC there, just... not an admission even from the developers, but just, you know, a realization that, yeah, I mean, this could really help people. So let's do it, and let's give it to them for free. Let's say thank you for being, you know, our customers and supporting us for so many years and continuing to buy our DLCs. Thank you very much. Here is a feature that pretty much everybody on the planet is going to appreciate and benefit from, and you can have it for absolutely nothing. That's good. That's good that they do that. And don't get me wrong, it's not an easy thing to do, setting up a voice activated GPS system. That's not simple. That's not 10 minutes work. That is dedicated hardcore programming right there. Unless of course they outsourced it, which is possible. But yeah, either way, they did it, and they did it well, and they did it for free. So kudos to SCS for being awesome in that regard. And not to forget that TML themselves have a fantastic DLC approach. So if you buy this DLC, the Lions Intercity, you'll get all 3 variants of the coaches, not available in just this game, but also on Fernbus. And, although I don't have confirmation of this, I rather suspect the same is going to apply to the bus, which is really awesome. And it's a totally unique DLC approach that I don't think I've ever seen before. And it wouldn't surprise me one bit if Steam had to write some code, some algorithms of their own in order to accommodate such a DLC approach. I think it's really awesome. Unless, of course, no, actually, I think the way it's going to work, is you just get a DLC key for each game. So rather than having one key, now that's interesting, isn't it? That's just made me think. Possibly, some people, let's say you don't want it. Oh, I've just realised something potentially. I'm not sure if TML thought about this or not. I don't know if I should say it almost. But let's say you only own Fernbus and you buy this DLC. You could then theoretically sell on the additional key to other people who own Fuerteventura. There's going to be like a black market Fernbus Tourist Bus Simulator, the bus key sale thing going on in the background. That's quite weird. Somebody somewhere is almost certainly going to do that. I can see it happening. So yeah, that's an interesting thought, because I don't believe Steam have accommodated the ability to do what TML are doing. And TML are most certainly the first company I've ever heard of utilising this approach. A good approach, I like it. Some pretty shoddy parking right there. Am I in it or not? I don't even know if I'm in it properly. Okay, so that's 3 of the 4 doors opened. Front door hasn't opened, and that was my fault. Everybody's going to jump on.
Salut.
Salut. Hey, somebody spoke to me. I didn't know they did that. I keep jumping out the driver's seat, so I had no idea. Salut. Salut.
Mahlzeit.
Mahlzeit too. Salut. That's cool. I like that. That's a new feature I hadn't seen before. Alrighty then, let's see if I can get these doors closed. So, if I can close the side doors... Yeah, okay, I get it. So if I can close the side doors... There's definitely a bug there, but if I can close the side doors, side luggage compartment doors, before the rear doors close, then I can get it all closed pretty quickly. I don't know why I keep turning the engine off. There's actually no need, is there? That's some pretty appalling driving right there. Alrighty, we're doing a right-hand turn. Incidentally, in case you're not aware, this is the R60 we're currently driving. This is the shorter of the three variants, or the shortest of the three variants, and it's really good on these roads. As I say, and I have highlighted, the front axle would be far better for these type of roads if it was closer to the front, because you wouldn't have that bulbous nose sticking out when you're trying to take really tight corners. And that in itself wouldn't be a big problem, but for the fact that the AI will stop and let you out, and because the nose is so big, you're going to hit them. If they just drove past out of the way, if they just drove because they have the right of way, then it wouldn't be a problem. But because they stop and let you out all the time, they do get in the way, which means the nose is going to get in the way. Bit of a shame. It's not the end of the world. It's such a good bus to drive in this environment that you can kind of get yourself out of that problem a lot easier than if you were driving one of the longer wheelbase coaches. So there is that. It's definitely the best coach drive I think I've experienced on Tourist Bus Simulator. And to be quite honest with you, I think the bus itself is fine for the roads, and it's really the AI that needs to kick up the butt. The AI, when it first came out, used to be far more aggressive, and I actually preferred that. You know, I would shout at them and bawl at them like you would on the road in real life. But A, that made it more realistic, and B, at least they got out the bloody way. So I'm not a big fan of the new AI, or the newest AI system. I think it's too unrealistic, and it's counteractive. I know why they've done it. They're trying to make life easier for people so you don't get stuck. But in actual fact, they've made it worse, if anything. But that's just my 2 pennies worth. That's my humble opinion. That's how I see it. Right, we're turning right here. Nuts. Also, when you're reversing, I don't think the AI will reverse out the way, which is another problem. I thought we were stopping here, but we're not. Where are we going then? Is there another bus stop just over here? It looks like there is. Now, these are the really tight back roads. This is where a shorter wheel-based bus will really benefit you. Handbrake on. Doors open. What the hell was that? Did you see that? If you didn't see that, just rewind the video by 30 seconds and look left, just above where that H is, where the green parasol is. I don't know what it was because I didn't see it, but what was it? Somebody tell me in the comments, please. What the hell was that? That was crazy. Okay. That's definitely a bug. I don't understand. Well, I say definitely a bug. I haven't actually taken the time to have a look and see if I've got something double bound. Let's have a quick look. Rather than keep moaning about it, let's have a look, let's have a look, let's have a look, look. So, let's see here. What doors? Doors. It has got a tilt function, hasn't it? I'm just thinking, is it lift up and lift down? Okay, let's have a look here. Open, close luggage door, rear left. Now, why is button 4 on there? That's... shouldn't be on there. It should just be, yeah, it should just be 9. So that's a little weird. They should all have 9. Well, maybe there's a little bug in there as well. I don't know. And only the front door should have more than one thing assigned to it. Okay, so that should be 9 and 3. That should be 9999999. That should fix it. So I didn't see anything there that should justify a problem. Let's just see if I can add my... No. For some reason my handbrake, which is... I mean, it's there. It's registered, but I can't bind it to this. Probably because it's an axis rather than a button. Okay. How do I lean? That's what I want to do. I want to lean the bus, but I don't see any button to do that. Pretty sure it has a lean function. Yeah, kneeling system and wipers. It definitely has a kneeling system. Where is it then? Perhaps they've forgotten to put that option in. I'm gonna gamble, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna say it's this. We're gonna gamble that. We're gonna say accept, back to games. Just go sit outside a second and I'll hit the button, the magic button. Well, that makes it raise up, but that's not a kneel function. Certainly not. Yeah, there's definitely a bug there. I think what it is that second passenger luggage compartment the second luggage compartment is it's being blocked by the rear doors. So when the rear doors open, that shouldn't be able to open. That is definitely a bug there. I'm sorry to say that needs looking at, TML. Smidgerunio of a problem on that one. Right, okay, so we've highlighted that, we've adjusted that. I think I'm going to change just very quickly, and I'm sorry for this, just because I like things to work properly. I am going to change this to be that. And that way I have control, I have proper control over the... I've already got that button bound to something else. Bugger. Let's go back to game. Oh, sorry. Control. It'd be nice if this told you what else had that bound. I mean, it's not too bad, I suppose. You can pretty quickly go through and find it. So I'm looking for button 8, button 8, button 8, button 8. Camera cockpit 4. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't really need any of those, so I'm going to turn those all off. A waste of buttons. Okay, sorry, that took much longer than I wanted it to. Do apologise. We'll jump outside once more, and then now I have control. Oh, it doesn't work. It has to be 2 different buttons. Ah, bugger. That really is a problem. Alright, we'll deal with that another time. That's quite annoying, actually. You can't bind the raise up and the raise down button to the, so it's not on off toggle. You can't toggle, it has to be 2 separate buttons. That is a bit of a problem. I'm not a fan of that, I can tell you. Alright, let's go into gear, handbrake off. Very patient passengers. Will not be patient forever. So we're going to do a loop-de-loop and come back on ourselves. And although it's not really definitive, although it does look like it's suggesting I go left. See, look. Does look like it wanted me to go this way round, actually. If you look at it really closely. Maybe TML could just add like an arrow. Oh, crikey. Maybe, yeah, maybe they could just add an arrow that says, you know, next left or next right or something. Because they've already got the logic built into the sat-nav system itself, so it knows whether it's going left or right. Maybe it could just flash up an arrow to sort of double confirm that. Handbrake on. Crazy door system activated. I think I know what I can do, right? I know what I can do to make this kind of work okay. If I just come down here to the and say rear right and just turn that off. And we'll just say that one never opens. It's broken. And then we don't have to do that weird opening shutting thing that we've had to do recently. That would be much better, I think. Crikey, my daughter's going to be home in a minute. Need to get a wriggle on. Okay, handbrake off, indicator on. Assuming I'm going the right way. You're an idiot. Clearly. Down here and turn left. And I think this is where you buy your first apartment around here somewhere, isn't it? Pretty sure. remind myself now. Been a while since I played this, to be honest. Go. Round and round we go. So yeah, I mean, bearing in mind that I'm meant to be talking about the DLC rather than the game, or rather than just enjoying myself, is kind of what I'm doing. I genuinely think this is the best bus/coach for Fuerteventura. It just seems to fit the road type better. Well, now we're raised up, it's leaning quite a lot, isn't it? Oh, I could do, just thought, some really good buttons. Also, the aircon's not on, I've just realised. My passengers are complaining. So I can, yeah, let's do that. Let's go. Sorry about this. We'll say lift up is the plus key and lift down key. I don't think it changes. I don't think it makes any difference to the aircon on. So the handling, that's it, we're low now. I'm not sure if we're meant to be low when we're driving or high when we're driving. Probably high when we're driving. If I could just, like, is it Mexicans who have those cars that jump around? It's going up and then coming straight back down again. What's going down? That's weird. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know what benefit there is to that. I think it's just a feature, a functional feature. Not too bothered about it, if I'm being honest. Right, let's get this done and see if we can't pick up an R62. I might have to do another video, you know. I thought I'd be able to buy an R62 in this episode, but we're already 32 minutes in. So probably not. So, yeah, everything I said at the beginning of this video about the DLC being available today, just ignore that, because I've just changed my mind about which order I'm going to put these videos out in. And that's okay. I'm going to have to make another one. I can't do it today because I've run out of time. But we'll definitely need another one so I can showcase the S62, ideally. But as soon as we're reliant on second-hand vehicles are available, it might have to be the S61. But it will certainly be one or t'other. Unless, of course, the game absolutely point-blank refuses to allow me to do that, which hopefully it won't. Handbrake on, doors open. Everybody on, please. Oh, let's go back into our driver's seat. Morning. Hello there. Hi. Hello. Hello, hat girl. Hello. Hello. It's funny watching them walk. Okay, right, handbrake off. And the indicator on, and we're away, look at that. A proper bus driver now. A proper bus driver whose indicators never turn off. For whatever reason. Right, so I'm going to take this corner flat out, top speed. No problem. That is not a sharp corner. I was doing 70 kilometers there, no problem whatsoever. Just see, I mean, you know, because you want me to test it out. I know I'm kind of playing the game at the same time, but I'm going to see if I can go round and round about at full speed. Unless there's cars there. If there are cars there, I won't. But I just want to see what the handling is like for this bus/coach. I don't really know what this is. If I'm being honest, is it a bus or is it a coach? What is the definition between a coach and a bus? Is it a WC? If you have a WC on board, then it's a coach. I really don't know. Interested to hear your thoughts on that. Full speed. I've been caught speeding. Well, it's a test. It's an experiment. I'm doing 95 kilometers. I've no idea what the speed limit is, if I'm being honest. It's probably 90. But you know, I'm still handling perfectly well. Not an issue whatsoever. The car in front of me is not hanging about either. Okay, unfortunately I'm not going to be able to do that test. Too many cars. I've noticed they also give way to themselves an awful lot. Too much, in fact. My God, where are we going today? This is a long drive, wherever the hell it is I'm going. Oh, are we going to the... going to the bus depot. Is that already? Am I doing that now? I've done that once before in this game. I thought it was later on. Oh, that definitely sounded like I hit something. Right, flat out. Oh my God, no car. Oh, son of a gun. Doing a test. Okay, so I can conclude from that test that stability wise the coach is not going to tip over. Absolutely not, 100%. But you get to a point when you're turning that you get massive understeer and you're just hit whatever's coming the opposite way, basically. I've got to reconnect my my throttle controller. Most odd. Is everybody off? Is anybody off? Don't tell me the rear doors are not opening. No, they're open. Get off! Why won't they get off the bus? Oh, we're not far enough forward. Is that what it is? Oh, because I didn't have the handbrake on. That's what the problem was. Oh, man. It was very slowly creeping back. I didn't even spot it. You probably did on the video. I want to know what that red thing is up there. What the hell is that glowing in the top right-hand corner of the screen right now? Kind of eerie. Well, it's lucky I put the handbrake on because I was literally going. I was like, it's obviously not working, let's leave. Brilliant, okay. Well, the job's a good one. See you laters, aggravators. Only 752 this time. A steakhouse there. Stop for a snack. Bring a date. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So he has stopped there to let me out, but now I can't get out because he's stopped there. Easily anyway. he'd just driven past, which there was no reason at all why he shouldn't have just driven past, he totally had right of way, then we wouldn't have had a problem there. But this is exactly what I'm saying. It's the coach itself is perfectly suited to this environment, but the AI makes it more difficult, and I find it quite frustrating, actually. I've forgotten how frustrating I find that. It is quite frustrating. I think they need to roll back the AI back to when it was like super aggressive. Because, I mean, back then it used to drive into you and do crazy things and be really annoying, but nowhere near as annoying as this. It was more like an irritation. It was more like when you're driving in real life and some idiot arsehole cuts you up and it really annoys you. It was that kind of annoying. But now it's just annoying. That's my 2 pennies worth. For what it's worth, chuck it out there. People have their own opinions. I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments if I'm right on the money or wildly out of control with my opinions, which is what a lot of people seem to think for some reason. Look at that for a view. My word. Spectacular. That is such a cool view. Oh, I don't know what that blue strip of light was, but I liked it. When it disappeared, it didn't look half as good. I don't know what it is, though. It might be a bug, rather than a cool feature. I thought it was the sea at first. And then I thought it was just some neon lights. I think we're going to the... yeah. It's close. Whew. Yeah, I think it's some neon lights for the airport. Right, where are we going? Are we going home, aren't we? Forgotten. So I'm going to wrap this episode up here, unless, of course, I get to buy... Let's go see if I can buy the variation of this bus. And then we know in the next episode, hey, it's raining for the first time. Look at those. Look at those water effects on the windscreen. And the audio, I mean, God, they've nailed it, haven't they? They really have nailed that. That looks so good. Part of me wishes it was just a little bit harder to see. There's no real need to put the windscreen wipers on. Obviously it makes seeing a lot easier, but I can see perfectly fine, thank you. Thank you very much, officer. We will put them on just so we show how bloody brilliant that effect is. And it is absolutely bloody brilliant. The only thing they need to add now is mist. I don't think we have mist in this game yet. Could be wrong. Cool. Okay, home. Sweet home. Make sure everything's turned off. Turn the lights off. That's another cool thing. If I leave the lights on, I think the battery should be flat when I come out the next day. That's a nice little feature I think I'd like to see personally. Open. Thank you. The certification, depending on where you're from. Okay, open the schedule and assign the permanent order to the only employee I have. There's the exit thing, there it is. Go to the other computer. Click on this button to see your stock of snacks and drinks for the sightseeing tours. Ah, for the sightseeing tours, yes, of course. That does actually make sense. I mean, you could literally be walking around with a plastic bag, couldn't you, full of sweets and crisps and cans of pop, I suppose. By clicking on this button, you can see your current stock of spare parts. Yes, thank you. That's food, that's spare parts. Thank you very much. Go to the filing cabinet. Contracts. Oh, yes. These are the contracts. Yes. Vehicle insurance, loss insurance, Wi-Fi services, spare parts services. It's all pretty cool. Now, we do need a light, actually. Offer contracted. So, can we just... so, yeah. I want one light delivered every 30 days. One light every 30 days. I quite like that. That's a cool feature. What else do we need? We need an air conditioner. Or do we? Look at that. I don't want an air conditioner every 30 days. I want an air conditioner once every... That's weird then. That doesn't make any sense. I want one air conditioner every 30 days. I don't flipping think so. Once a year, maybe. I think that needs maybe looking at, if that's what that means. V-belt, oil canister. Let's have one of those every 30 days. What else could we just grab? Brake lining, we'll take one every 30 days. Thank you. V-belt, we'll take one 30 days. Thank you very much. A router. An indicator. We'll take one of those every 30 days. Okay, Wi-Fi services. Let's go for... Go for the minimum amount. Loss insurance. It's going to cost us $1,000 a month per bus driver. What the heck? Vehicle insurance. Cool. Okay, right. That's all the contracts done. Go to the calculator in the next room. Calculator. By clicking on this button, you will receive an overview of your current income and expenses. Now, I complained about this before because I didn't like the layout. I'd be interested to see whether they've paid attention to what I said and changed it or not. If you want to see more details about your earnings or expenses, click on the corresponding button. These buttons allow you to receive new loans. Okay, I don't want a loan. No. But I suppose it's split up. Yeah, I think it could be laid out better than that, but whatever. Okay. So that's, yep, good. Go to the pin board in this room. Look at my statistics. This button will give you an overview of your personal performance and your business. Click this button to see reports of your recent jobs. Completed your tours 3, drivers 1, vehicles 1. Reports. So, again, I felt this could be better laid out. You know, it could take up this whole space. Look at this. That could be moved up there, and this whole thing could be the report. And there could just be one line there, and you click on it, and then it opens up to full screen. I said this before, but obviously they haven't changed it, so... I just think it's really clunky the way it looks right now. It's okay when there's only 2 jobs there, but when you've got 200 jobs there, that's not going to look right. I'm telling you now. Go outside and over the yard and into the workshop. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Here we go. Katlonk. We're going upstairs? I think we're going upstairs. Oh, don't I find some money in here? Is there money in here? The list of vehicles in need of repair will be displayed here. Click on the vehicle to see more options. The left-hand button displays the general condition. Click on the middle button to see the individual parts. And click on the right button to open the repair menu. To make a repair, you need mechanics for your workshop. Additionally, you may require spare parts, which you can get via delivery contracts. such as a contract can be found and concluded. I've done that, thank you. So we've got one bus which does need an oil change, but we can't do it yet because we haven't got a second bus. We need to go get a second bus. Thank you. Get in your car. The expansion. Oh, God. Right, okay, guys, I'm going to wrap this up here because it's 50 minutes already. Yeah, join me in the next one where we are no doubt going to go and see the expansion, which is what I was just talking about before. And hopefully soon we'll be able to buy that second bus. And who knows, maybe we'll get to drive it about a bit. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. Till next time, goodbye.